The licensing board for Tuesday, June 6th, 2007, 73rd anniversary, is that what it is today?
Yeah.
Anniversary D-Day is in session. We have Deputy Chief Joe Jackson filling in for Chief Barron, and Chief Building Inspector Jim Anderson sitting in for Director Duca for the building department. And let me read the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present, and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. That one's done. We have a 6-item agenda. It should be fairly quick. We don't have a lot on. We will start with number 1. Hearing regarding the request of Miss Jean McQuinn for a 1-day special use permit for the annual Victoria Church Memorial Walk, Saturday, September 9th, 2017. She is not here, so we will put that on hold, and that's this right here, right? I'll put that there for that. Agenda item number 2, hearing regarding the request of JWT Inc., DBA, OMIT, 1441 Hancock Street, Zhao Wei Lu, manager, for a common vicular license. Come right up to the podium. You are opening up the existing facility that's already there. You're buying it from the present owners, right?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you just give us a quick explanation of what you plan on doing there, okay?
Yeah, I bought all my tea from the former owner, and I will keep everything the same.
Everything's the same?
Yeah, include the menu, the decoration. Nice.
Okay. The hours of operation are going to stay the same, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 7 days a week?
Yeah.
Okay. We have all the sign-off sheets there. Paul Martin was there on May 30th. William DeCarli was there on the 30th also. We have the workman's comp insurance, emergency contact form. This is not a liquor license at all, so we have no issues there. Before I open it up to board members, anybody in the audience have any comments or questions regarding my tea, oh my tea, that's what we're going to call it, oh my tea? Seeing none, board members, comments, questions? This is going to be quick, looking for a motion. Who wants to do it?
I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of JWT Inc., doing business as OMIT, 1441 Hancock Street, Zhao Wei Lu, manager for common victual license.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of OMIT motion made and seconded to grant the request of JWT Inc., DBA, OMIT, 1441 Hancock Street, Zhao Wei Lu, manager for common vicular license. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're all set, okay?
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I put it right there.
Oh, so serious.
Right there. Right underneath that. We will jump to agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of High Motors Inc., 134 East Howard Street, for a Motor 2 used car license. Ion Balmar? Ion Balmaga, the manager. This is, why don't you explain to us what you want to do down at East Howard?
So on 134 East Howard Street used to be a restaurant dealership at some point, and they always had problems sharing the parking lot. So we got the lease with owner, and we're trying to open a used car dealership only, no restaurant, no sharing parking lot with anybody except Checker Cab. Checker Cab is there. They all have 6 designated parking spaces, and the rest, which is 60 parking spaces, will be available. So we're trying to apply for 50-car used car license. That way the 10 parking spaces will be for customers and handicap parking.
So where the restaurant is, that there's not gonna be a restaurant there at
No
all?
restaurant. We got the whole lease. It's 5,005 square feet inside, which we don't need, but the whole reason we did that, so we don't have to share parking lot with anybody.
So even that, because when you go into the restaurant,
Yep.
it's actually two separate
separate
areas, you're
entities.
taking the whole thing.
We took the whole thing. We're gonna use only the half of the space in the front, the one from the dealership. The other half, possibly, we have a rights from the owner to sublease it only to like a storage facility because they're not gonna have no parking. So
Right.
we're gonna use half. So there's no liquor, no restaurant, pretty much a dealership, and potentially the other half, it will be a warehouse or storage facility.
Something that doesn't require a whole bunch of parking.
Correct, because we don't want to share the parking, that's the whole
Right.
point of, because the place was available for restaurant and also available for dealer license.
Right.
But from the past business that they had there, they always had complaints,
Okay.
and that's also the whole reason to get the whole place.
Okay, so before I open it up to the board, does anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, I'll close it up. We have, you're looking for 50 vehicles, right?
Correct.
And there's, do
We
you
have
have,
66 parking spaces.
Okay.
it's a big lot down there, and I
Yep.
know that. We have all of this, the sign-off sheet, Paul McCarthy was there on the 24th. We have the insurance.
So you want to do for 60?
No, he only wants 50.
He mentioned his own back.
So basically
That'll be
it's
everything.
66 parking spaces, the 16 will be, we want just a 50-car license because the other ones, we want the employer parking, the customer parking, you know.
Right.
And the checker
So
cab
we,
gets 6
I mean,
months.
they can have 50 cars on the lot for sale.
So you want the license for 60?
It's 60 vehicles.
So it's no problem if someone says 60.
50, it says.
He wants 50, but there's space there for 60, but we're just giving him 50, so if people are coming up to buy, so at any given night, they're not gonna be more than 50 cars there
For sale.
between the hours, yeah, for sale,
Okay.
okay?
Are you gonna do any repair work there?
No repair work. Actually, HY Motors, the company that we're opening, it's same owners own HY Motors LLC, which is on 36 West Howard. So we have a repair facility there. We're keeping both companies. So one will be, instead of being a used car dealer license, you know, it will be just a repair facility.
All of the other, the emergency contact form is here. You're familiar with the SWAT, right?
Yes.
And it definitely has 60 spots down there, I believe. I mean, when you look at the size of the place, do we want to see before we approve it, would you like to see a diagram of the 60 spots?
I would, I'm not familiar with what he plans on doing. As far as zoning purposes, I'd like to at least review zoning-wise whether it's gonna trigger anything. We've got that big project right across the street,
Yeah.
116 East Howard, that's building the residential units.
Yeah.
The change of use, I'm not sure what that'll trigger.
Well, it was a used car dealership.
Hodges are
It used to be, before, it was Yaz's place, and then in front, there was Hodges Used Cars.
Yeah.
And then they both left, and now where Hodges Used Car is Checker Cab for 6 cabs. That's just their operation point, and that's where they can leave their cabs at night, 6 cabs there. And where Yaz's place was, he's taking that entire spot over.
Is that
So-
where the showroom, you having a showroom there?
No showroom. So
No showroom.
basically, we took the whole, we didn't need the whole space, but in order, the landlord will not give us the whole parking space, a whole parking lot, unless we're taking the whole building. So we decided, you know, to sign a 10-year lease with the whole building instead. That we don't have to share, have issues with.
Yeah. And as far as the old Yaz's place, I mean, you don't know what you're gonna do with
So
that space
basically, inside it's 5,500 square feet, so we used to have 2 entrances, 2 bars.
Yep.
And the one side where the split will make a dealership with offices, we'll keep a bar,
Yeah.
just a bar stand. The other side, we're gonna pretty much maybe put some partition walls. And at some point, at this point, we didn't sublease it to anybody, but we have a right to sublease it If we will sublease it, it will only be to some business, but will not do anything with parking. So like a storage, a warehouse, somebody who can just put some stuff. It's about 2,700 square feet on the other side.
I don't really have a problem with the dealership part. And the
Okay.
only thing that we'd have to look into is what's gonna go into the space.
The second space.
Second space at some point, but we could deal with that later.
After the fact.
It
'Cause
could be
if you-
conditional
yeah,
something.
if you
Yeah.
put up any type of wall or anything else like that, you're gonna have to go and grab.
Correct, yeah, because it has, the space itself has two doorways. So one door, I can just put a door, the other doorway, it's a big arch doorway, but something, but they have to put a partition wall, it has to go through building department.
Yeah. Did anybody speak to Mr. Duca regarding this at all?
No,
Well, yeah, at this point, we could just,
contingent on,
yeah, we'll deal with the other space later.
Okay.
As far as if any build out goes on. That doesn't, that's okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I just wanna make sure you're happy, because Jay's important. So aren't you, Jim? Deputy Jackson's all set? So, we're looking for 50 cars
correct.
on the site. Hours of operation?
It'll be Monday through Saturday, 9 AM to 6 PM, and Sunday it will be 10 AM to 5 PM.
9 to 6, Monday through Saturday?
Yep.
And Sunday is
10 to 5.
5. Okay. And everything else is in order. Board members, any other questions, comments, concerns? All set?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of HY Motors, Inc., 134 East Howard Street from Motor 2 used car license, Ion Bomaga, representing for 50 vehicles.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Iron Motors Inc., 134 East Howard Street for a Motor 2 used car license. Iron Balmog, the manager, and it is for 50 cars. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Whenever you want to do anything on that second side, before you even put the wall up or anything, make sure you get down to the building department.
Yep.
Check with them. If you do anything with the sign out front, make sure you get down to the building department and check with them too on the
Absolutely.
signs, okay?
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck. Thank you. Agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of Boston Mayo Corp., DBA, Danny's Hardware, 53 Billings Road, Shadani Pradhan, the manager, for fuel storage license. And this is for a propane license that you want to be able, you want to do the propane tanks in the store, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Just to exchange.
And I'm going to open it up to Deputy Chief Jackson.
How you doing, Mr. Goodman?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Both the fire chief and myself share the same sentiment that this property, you simply could never comply with the clearances that are outlined in the fire code. The 527 CMR, that's the fire code, it outlines certain clearances that you'd have to comply with in order to have an exchange program like this, and it's too small a property. It's not something that we'd be able to do.
No. No, but they are going to build a big cage to protect the property.
Yeah, where do you plan on putting the cage?
Behind the building.
In between the door, between you and the Irish pub next door?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Yeah, it's not enough clearance.
How
You need
much
to be
clearance?
farther away from that.
How far?
It's either 20 or 25 feet, neither of which you can afford.
No, but I have a parking lot all back. I could talk to the landlord to go back if I have to, you know?
Yeah, I understand that. That's my sentiment. And it's also, you're aware, have you talked to Inspector One? Because in walking through the property, you had a couple of fire extinguishers on the
No,
premises.
those are already,
Both of them were
already
empty.
been gone, yeah. the door
Well,
are-
I just want to make a point that
Yeah,
if you were to be afforded something like this, like a propane exchange,
yeah.
this is a lot of responsibility. And so right now, you have 2 empty extinguishers on the property.
No, those are gone.
None
Those are
of
already
none of
filled.
your emergency lighting worked though at the time that Inspector Long went through there, and the back door was blocked. So-
Yeah, no, those are all going to be cleared, that's
Right,
fine, yeah.
but
you see some
those
of
are
them.
minor things that existed on the property.
Yeah.
We're talking about exchanging 20-pound propane cylinders. It's just too big a responsibility, and there's not enough clearance at the property, so I'd have to say no.
So there's no way we can get, even if I use all back of the
No.
parking lot.
I'd be happy to give you the 527 CMRs that refer to propane, and you'll see that you could never comply. The property just simply isn't big enough.
Okay.
So it's gonna be no from the fire department.
Okay, well, if it's no from the fire department, I mean,
Sorry, Mr.
we have
Brown.
to support what the fire department says, especially when it comes to something like propane, so when the deputy chief recommends that. You can, you know, withdraw this petition without prejudice at this point now, and then sit down with the fire department and see if there's something you can work out instead of, I don't know, maybe you can do smaller, the small little ones, you know,
Those
just
small
bring them
little
or
ones, we
something like
see
that,
them,
nothing?
No.
No, okay.
So there was no way we can even use the back parking lot or anything?
No, no.
So, do you wanna just withdraw without prejudice right now, and then that gives you the opportunity to come back? Or you
No,
want us to
I
take a
can, yeah,
formal
maybe,
vote?
yeah, so I can maybe,
It's not something that we can weigh in on subjectively. The code makes the determination for us. If it doesn't comply with the code, which we know it doesn't, there's
Yeah.
nothing that we can do about it. We can't supersede the code and say, go ahead, and I'll put my name on it. I can't do that. Doesn't comply with the code, it's spelled out in the code for us, you know?
so even those back parking lot, we secure for some reason, we can't do anything.
Correct.
That's then, all right.
Do you wanna just withdraw it then without prejudice?
Please, yeah, there's no way we can get them now. Even in future, there's no way.
Not unless the code would have changed, and I don't see it offering less clearance, you know?
Yeah. So what we need to do is,
Find
The
another
only thing you need
spot,
to do is not exchange 20-pound propane cylinders.
that's all.
Yeah.
or if you could find another spot, you know, another
Yeah, a
place
different
to hold your
location might have a
business.
different story, but I mean, that location, unless properties to the left and the right of you come down,
Yeah.
there's really nothing that you can do.
No, but like I say, the property door is right next to, but we have back or parking there. You know?
Right,
There's
but-
no-
I'm aware of the place where you were talking about putting the cage to house these cylinders,
Mhm.
and it's right next to 2 doors.
No, that, I understand that, but like I'm saying, if I move that far away from the building, no. Because we still have from like building to that part, the parking lot, no?
Before the Main Street lot
Yeah,
kicks in,
yeah.
that's what he's saying.
Yeah, we can talk about it after the
That's
fact.
what I'm saying, if you see
Yeah.
and give me some ideas, that's the way.
Yeah. I don't think that the chief is gonna be for it either way, but we'll hash it out.
No, because see the way, like parking lot, and there's a halfway, the fence there, and the flag,
Right,
there's all dumpsters there, I can move those dumpsters.
Right. Well, and like I said, not to keep us here any longer than we have to be, but just to reiterate,
Yeah.
this is a lot of responsibility, and what we're seeing here, there's
No,
very,
I'll
very
go
basic
with
things.
the
I know
court.
that you're gonna take care of them, but these are things that should just never happen in the first place, like a blocked back door, empty fire extinguishers, emergency lights that don't work. So, we'll revisit another time. If you wanna get in touch with Inspector Wong, I'd be happy to talk to him about clearances, but it's gonna have to come up another time.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, I'll come up, yeah, that's all right, that's
Okay.
okay. Then, yeah, I'll come, do fix the whole thing
Okay.
and then come back.
That sounds like a plan.
All right? That's good.
Great, yep.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 5. Hearing regarding the request of Hot Water LLC DBA, The Water Club, 319 Victory Road for alteration of premise. William O'Connell. This is Walter Hannon III, Will O'Connell from the Water Club. Myself and Ms. Crispo actually met with them earlier in the year. Why don't you explain what you're gonna be doing down at the Water Club?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, we're gonna extend the westerly part of the boardwalk, 6 feet by 29 feet.
So you're moving it out 6 feet and it's 29
29
feet
feet
long,
down,
that's the
correct.
deep, okay.
Towards the boardwalk?
It's
From the building towards the
actually
boardwalk? or
towards Ciro's.
Okay.
So you're not taking any part of the boardwalk that way, just on
No,
the other side,
Yes,
yes?
the side.
And it's stuff that you guys already own anyway?
Yes,
Was this gonna be outdoor deck?
yes, it's just extending the deck.
All of the paperwork is in order. We have everything, and again, this is just an alteration of premise, and it's not a very big area where they're doing it. All the emergency contact forms are here, the check is here. The sign-offs are good. Boom, boom, Boom. For any other board members ask any questions? Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close that section. Board members, any comments, questions?
No, I believe Jay Duke already.
I know Jay twice, yes.
So we're in good shape. They
How many
did a good
seats
job
we
on
adding?
that.
0.
Oh, no seats?
It's just to make the
Standing
current
space.
location more comfortable.
Gotcha.
So that's a good thing, we're not even increasing the seats,
Yeah,
so.
that's fine.
We haven't had any issues down there at all?
No.
That's good, they've been good.
The weather.
Yeah, you can get some weather.
The weather hasn't been cooperating at all.
You're planning the right time.
Board members, your pleasure.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the Hot Water Inc. LLC DBA, the Water Club, 319 Victory Road, for alteration of premise. William O'Connell, manager representing.
Motion made, seconded, to grant the request of the Hot Water LLC DBA, the Water Club, 319 Victory Road, for alteration of premise. William O'Connell, the manager, all in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thank you,
Good
Mr.
luck, guys.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 6, hearing regarding the request of PIC of Massachusetts, DBA Rite Aid, number 10170, 132 Granite Street, for alteration of premise and change of manager from Nicole Fila to Allison Bean. And it's represented by Miss Allison Bean.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey Allison, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
So this is the Rite Aid retail package store down off of Granite Street next to Star Market and the Fruit Basket. And this is again alteration of the inside of the premise from where you're going to be storing the liquor within the store. You've moved things around, so that is why we're here, and we're here for a change of manager. You're not coming outside at all with alcohol, so we don't have to worry about that. So if you want to, I mean, I know when you go in there now, the alcohol's all the way down on the right-hand side. So,
I have Dave Soul with me.
Oh, excellent.
Regional-
The first page is the existing, the second page is the, which one look at?
the second page is the,
The second page is what we're gonna make it look like, the first page is what is existing right now.
that's me. If it goes again, I'll shut it off. Yep.
We're basically adding a one.
Yeah.
Okay, right now, these are the older coolers, glasses, older coolers here, right, we're gonna be adding newer coolers. Right now, you notice there's 3 ones.
Yeah.
Those are the gondolas that actually house the liquor. We're adding another set of ones, we're pushing that forward.
All right.
If you want a
No, this is
full
good.
look,
All of the other paperwork is in order. It was advertised in Quincy Sun, as was the previous one. We have all of the workman's comp, emergency contact forms. Hours of operation aren't changing at all? And do you have experience with liquor?
I've been there a year now.
You're here now, so you know it.
Yes.
ID everybody.
What's all we do?
ID, right, Kat, right, Town Troy? Excellent job. Board members, before I open it up to you, anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close. Board members, what is your pleasure?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of PIC of Massachusetts doing business as Rite Aid, 132 Granite Street, for an alteration of premise. Do we need another vote for
We'll
change of
do two
manager?
separate votes, one for the alteration and then one for the manager.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of PIC of Massachusetts, DBA Rite Aid, number 10170, 132 Granite Street, for alteration of premise. All in favor? Aye. You're all set with that? The next vote?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request for change of manager from Nicholas Feifler to Allison Bean, Miss Allison Bean represented.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of PJC of Massachusetts, DBA Rite Aid, number 10170, 132 Granite Street, for a change of manager from Nicole Filer to Allison Bean, represented by Miss Allison Bean. All in favor? Aye. You're all set, Alice.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Good luck, okay?
Thank you.
So probably building regulations.
With that, I'm going to go back to agenda item number 1. I know they're not here, but this is a hearing regarding the request of Miss Jeannie McQuinn for a one-day special use permit for the annual Victoria Shurish Memorial Walk, Saturday, September 9th, 2017, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I'm going to read aloud. I'm going to request our family doing another walk in memory of my niece, Victoria Shurish. Victoria was 4 years old when she lost her battle to leukemia. She was a beautiful twin to her sister, Viana, and Peter, her little brother. She has a large family living in Howe's Neck. We have been lifelong residents of the Neck. That's how come Nikki knows them. That is why we think walking a route around our neighborhood to raise awareness for leukemia research, which is so very important to us. Not only to keep Victoria's memory alive, but to help find a cure for the devastating disease. We're going to walk the same route that we did last year. We will start the walk at Nut Island, down C Ave to right under Bayview Ave, where our family still lives, down past Perry Beach, up the hill, taking a left on Manet. We would continue past the fire station by the Atherton House School, then left on Darrow Street, straight down to Edgewater Drive, then take Bell Street back to C Street and follow all the way back up C Ave and return back to Nut Island. So that is everything there. This is the second time that they've done that now. This is their second walk. Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions?
Scott, you got anything?
Anything? Nothing? Sure. It's a big chance.
They saved the hill for the last part.
They saved the hill for the last part. Board members?
Want to take a motion?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Ms. Jean McQuinn for a one-day special use permit for an annual Victoria Search Memorial Walk, Saturday, September 9th, 10 to 2 p.m.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Ms. Jeannie McQuinn for a one-day special use permit for the annual Victoria Suresh Memorial Walk, Saturday, September 9th, 2017, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm sure Ms. Manning and Ms. Crispo will get in touch with Jeannie McQuinn, and we'll let her know that it was approved
Definitely.
and all that. That is all of the items that we have on the agenda. Do I have a motion to accept the
Motion to accept the minutes from last
and
month.
waive the readings?
Last week, or last.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That will close the licensing board for June 6, 2017. Our next meeting is
20.
June 20th, which will be,
We may not need
we're gonna have one.
We
'Cause
may not,
it'll be your last meeting, so we're gonna
but
have
there's
one.
no reason to have
We
one.
may have it just so I can read the open meeting law and then cancel it, okay? So, we're gonna have a meeting. So, with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.